What's up, YouTube? It's definitely been a while. Um, when I was working yesterday at work, I had a weird, just thought. And this is just something I've been going through, and I just want to talk about it. And the rewards of discipline will fade if you keep being undisciplined. That's just thought I literally had while I was working. And that's so true. Because this is an example that I've seen people talk about in Conor McGregor. He used to be one of the greatest fighters, right? He used to be the greatest MMA fighter. But guess what? He lost himself. He lost himself in the pleasures, the rewards of discipline. The women, the money, the status, the good food. He lost himself in all of that. He overindulged in the rewards of discipline. And what that led him to do is, guess what? He got completely wiped out by Khabib. Khabib absolutely destroyed him. I watched that fight, and he got his cheeks clapped. It was just like uncomparable. But if Conor McGregor kept up, he said he enjoyed 1-2 days of that fun whatever lifestyle, and he went back into training, went back into that hard training that he really pushed himself. Guess what? He probably could be Khabib. He may have been able to be Khabib because he forced himself to get better. He forced himself to constantly push forward and get better rather than overindulge himself in girls. And when guess what? When he's hanging out with all these girls, when he's driving fast cars, eating junk food, eating stuff that isn't healthy, drinking, smoking, getting high, sleeping around. Khabib's training. Khabib's training. He's training in that dungeon, in that hardcore mindset. And guess what? Who wins? Khabib does. Because he put in that work. He put in the effort. And that's been what I've been going through. I've been going through with Conor McGregor. And it wasn't from when I have so much muscle now, I could eat junk food, or it was more from a loss. And it's really taken a toll on my mental health and physical health. And I'll probably talk about another video in the future, but that's the main thing I want to talk about is, dude, even if you're going through something hard, you're going through something sad, you really gotta find your limit. People these days are so depressed, so lonely, and that's one of the reasons why I made this channel, is because I want to inspire and lead the next generation of men. Because we live in a time and a generation, the most loneliest generation. From news articles, I've been reading about it, and I'm doing research, and we are that generation suffering with the most mental health issues, depression, anxiety, almost a lot of mental health issues. That's our generation. So we have to, and young men are becoming so lonely, and I've seen this in myself too. There's times when I feel very lonely because we're in a generation of social media where we see such a high standard set over ourselves, and it's not just in us, it's everyone around us. Literally, I'm the only single person in a friend group, and that sucks. Especially everything I went through recently, with the girl, it sucks. I'm sorry, I'm just holding myself back from not saying stuff I don't want to say, cuss. It sucks a ton being the only single guy. And honestly, a lot of times, stuff will be hard. You're the only one pushing yourself to the absolute limit. You're the only one going at it. But guess what? If you feel lonely, you feel depressed, I want you to set a very high goal for yourself. It could be in anything. At least 1 to 2 goals for yourself. Right? And honestly, like people say, oh, I want to have 3, 4, 5 goals. No, set 1, 2 goals that you're just gonna dedicate this winter arc to, right? People ask me, oh, how's your winter arc doing? I haven't been the person that I used to be. Honestly, there's time I feel like a grandpa or a dad, and that is not good. Where I'm like, I miss my prime, when I used to be this way, so much more charismatic, so much more this and that. And that's not okay. Especially how young I am. I'm like 17. I'm like, I miss when I was 16. I used to do this and that. A couple months ago, I used to act like that. I'm like, what the freak is happening to me, right? What? That is not okay. And it's mainly that when you set a goal, especially a very high goal for yourself, for example, right now my pull-up max is 15. But my goal, I've changed it from, I used to have like 3 goals. I'm really limiting it down to 1 goal. And that, like, this is like the main thing I care about, is my pull-ups, right? I used to be able to do 15 pull-ups. My goal by the end of the year is 30 plus pull-ups. The end of the year, it's already like, you have like 2 months left. And you have to find deep within you that you have to push yourself to the absolute limit. You have to find that drive, that motivation in yourself. Motivation doesn't even matter. You don't find the motivation. You push yourself every single day to the absolute limit in anything. It could be any goal in life. You push yourself to the absolute limit every single day. Sure, one day you can, I'm not saying, literally, when you even have rest days, you should organize yourself so when you have rest days, it's not like, oh, I don't feel like, working out today, so I'm going to take a day as a rest day. No, you organize your days so, this season of your life, you're working really hard. And then the next, season of your life, you have a rest. And you set that day very clearly for yourself. You say, every Saturday will be a rest day. Doesn't mean you can eat, 50 donuts. Doesn't mean you could spend, jerk off like 3 times, 4 times a day. Doesn't mean you can, spend like 10 hours on your phone. No, it's like, you can do 1 hour video games with your friends. You can, go out with your friends, hang out with them one weekend. Rather than you just spend every, because once you go on that deep focus, it's like that period of time when you're deeply focused on improving yourself, on self-improvement and stuff like that. And then you go into a state of just relaxation. If you don't designate that day that you're gonna rest, I guarantee you right now, you're gonna just fall apart. If you don't organize yourself, you're gonna fall apart. That's what I'm doing with myself right now. I'm organizing my days every single day, including my weekends. I'm organizing my weekends, so every single day I'll be doing something that's productive. Every single day I'll be doing something that's striving and pushing me further on. I've been going through, probably, this is my senior year, yet this is probably one of my worst years in high school. Just from, not my physical level. Physical levels are fine. But just mental health and physical health. Not mental, physical health. And just how the year's going in general. But you have to push yourself. There's days where you don't want to work out. There's days when life gets brutal. It's hard. You don't want to do anything. but you have to get up anyways. You're gonna have to get off your butt. I'm really holding myself back in this video. You have to get up, and you have to push yourself to the absolute limit every single day, no matter what, no matter how hard it gets, no matter how everything feels against you, no matter how your body feels, no matter how everything feels. Sometimes your head feels like it's killing itself. Sometimes you feel like you're killing yourself. Your heart's palpitating. You're so much pain. But you have to push yourself further to find your absolute limit, to achieve your goals and dreams. In order to achieve your goals and dreams, you're going to have to sacrifice something. Sometimes it's pain. Sometimes you're going to have to sacrifice video games. You're going to have to sacrifice watching social media, watching anime, watching Netflix. You're going to have to sacrifice so much in order to achieve your goals. You're going to feel like a psychopath. You're going to feel delusional. But guess what? The rewards of discipline will start to come. And I'm not saying when you get the rewards of discipline, money, women, cars, or, luxury, to not indulge in that. I'm saying be careful. Heed my warning. Sure, I have a very athletic fit, but guess what? I haven't been eating the most clean. I haven't been treating myself the right way. And I really found this analogy of this one phrase, the rewards of discipline will fade when you keep being undisciplined. That is so true. And I've seen that myself. Sure, I have a amazing physique built from discipline, hard work, not from genetics, not from having, just really good genetics. No. I just pushed myself to the absolute limit, had sure right discipline. But I've been so undisciplined that guess what? My physique has been fading. You say, oh, well, you still have big muscles. Well, I'm cutting down and I've been gaining weight. I've been gaining weight on a cut, that is crazy. I'm not supposed to be doing that, right? I've been supposedly cutting for months, but I've been gaining weight, not losing weight. I've been struggling really bad, being that self-disciplined, that self-motivated kid. And yet, it was this random epiphany on work, and it's been really hard for me last couple months or weeks even. I say weeks. I'm not sure months. Actually, yeah, I say months. Where we kept falling down and getting up again. It feels like it's like literally. Life is like climbing up a mountain, right? It's like climbing a mountain, and that's like actually not life. I would say life. Success is like climbing a mountain. There are many times when your hands would get tired and you would fall down. And I'm at that point where I'm climbing this giant mountain of success. And I'm not barely like at the bottom. And I'm slipping and I'm falling down. And my hands are so tired. I'm trying to get up and I'm trying to climb. But it's just, my hands hurt so much. And I keep slipping. I keep falling. But you have to keep pushing forward. You have to find that drive and push yourself. Goals are like kind of like a checkpoint in your life. So once you reach that goal, that's a checkpoint, right? But guess what? You can still, it's like a video game of a climbing video game. I don't know. I can't think of any name. You can fall past that checkpoint, right? Checkpoints is like used to say, hey, you reach this point. It isn't to, don't see it as a spawn point in video games. See it as a checkpoint. See it as like, okay, good, you reached 20 pull-ups. What's next? It's saying, good, look, you finished this, what's next? Because, by the, your end, your goal in, 10 years could be doing 100 pull-ups, as an example. But you need to reach that 20 pull-ups first. And just having that 20 pull-ups in front of you is a lot easier than having that 100 pull-ups. Sure, it's good to know that you want to get to that 100 pull-ups, but keep in mind your other goals. Keep in mind that goal you have first. And using a season of life where you don't do anything and you just work on one goal every single day. Like during your free time, you're not scrolling your phone. When you're doing in your free time, you're not playing video games. You're doing actions and figuring out that one action that it takes to reach your goal. Then from there, you will become successful very quickly, very proficiently at anything. Think about it. Think about it. Seriously, think about this. If you use a season right now to strictly focus on something, you will become successful at it. One thing. If you use all your free time, you didn't scroll on YouTube, you didn't fap, you didn't spend all your time wasted on social media, wasted on spending time with your friends. Honestly, sometimes you have to cut out time spending time with your friends to become successful what you want to do. And you use a season right now, right? It could be learning Spanish. It could be working. It could be anything. Your goal. Making money. Anything. Working in business. Working on YouTube. Use all your time right now to work on one thing. You're bound to be successful. Quickly and better than everyone else around you. It's a competition, but guess what? There's this analogy I want to draw you real quick before I let you go. Just take me less than a second. This is, let me place his name. This is the 99% of people, right? I'm not sure you can see this clearly. Hold on a second, let me draw it better. Give me a second on my phone, it's better for storage. %, people, right? I'm not sure you see this clearly. So this is 99% people. This is the person. They have work, they have job, they have stuff to do, they have to take care of the kids, they have to meal prep, they have to do so much stuff that they're occupied on so much stuff. So, right, this is the 99%, I'm sorry. Ran out of storage, I had to clear out some storage. 99% people, right? They're distracted by so many different things in life. But if you use this time right now, even you may cut out time with family, you had to say, hey, I need to focus on the goal. Hey, I'm really working towards this one thing. Guess what? This is what 1% looks like. Who is more likely to achieve their goals? The person who's distracted by a million things, has a million different goals. Sometimes this could be, they want to, I don't know, get to 10% body fat. They want to get 10K a month. They want to start a YouTube channel. They want to do this and that, and this and this and that. They're distracting themselves from that one goal that really matters to them. That one thing that really matters to them. And also keep my warning about this. One last thing. Women are very distracting, especially for men. A lot of young men this generation focus so much on relationships and focus so much on women, girls, and stuff like that, which is good. Relationships are important, but they put too much time on that. We have a generation that's very lustful, that's fapping all the time, that's always in our relationships. But women can be the most distracting things, especially for your goals. And I've seen that in my life. Literally. And it takes so much mental energy too. Relationships is such a hassle. It takes so much time, so much energy, and so much vitality out of you. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get in a relationship. And if you are in one or you're getting into one, make sure there's long term. There's longevity in a relationship. But the main point is relationships can become very, very distracting, especially as a man towards your goals. A lot of people put too much time, too much attention to relationships that they shift. And I've seen this in people where people who used to be really disciplined, then all of a sudden they're becoming less and less disciplined because their girl is like saying, "Hey, I want to get some cupcakes with you. Hey, I want to do this and that with you." And guess what? You start being more undisciplined. You start unraveling yourself, letting that disciplined man go. And this could be in anything too, like spending too much time fapping. You're just not spending time on your goals. But one of the main things I'll talk about is this generation is so focused on relationships, so focused on girls. It's sad. And in reality, there's two things that this world, like this generation, needs to focus on. It's just their goals, but most importantly, God. They just need to be focusing on goals of God, but everything else, and you'll be set for life. This whole generation is focused on relationships and everything. I guarantee you try this, you focus on goals, the goal, and God. That loneliness, that depression, that anxiety, all gone. And you'll be like 100 times more successful at what you want to do. When I went on that season where I focused solely on my goals and God, but everything else, that's literally, I remember a couple months ago, that's literally I had. Focus on goals and God, that's it. And I became so much more muscular. I reached my goals a lot better. And guess what? I was getting like compliments from girls left and right, where I go in a restaurant and girls would be talking about me. I hear girls like over the bar laughing and looking over at me. Not because I look silly, because like they're like giggling like in that flirtatious way to their friends about me. And I was really taken back from that. I was just like, whoa, what just happened? I remember being that lonely kid who would just like look down, who would like keep his eyes down, like literally. I looked down at the floor. I literally could not keep eye contact at all. Zero good eye contact. But I was so focused on my goals and God, above everything else. And then I just saw myself transform. So many new opportunities opened when I just went on that season of focusing on goals and God. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I want to let you know that Jesus loves you. I'm praying for you guys. And I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while. Been really busy, been all over the place. Yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. I have a lot more content coming out. There's a lot I want to talk about, but I just have such a little amount of time. I don't have time to edit. There's so much I want to do for you guys, but it's just I don't have lack of time. So, yeah. Please like and subscribe. Stay tuned. I'll definitely get more videos out for you guys. I enjoyed making these videos, so hey, like and subscribe. All right. Catch you guys later. And peace.